Why is it that the DA is marching today?
I think there might be a perception that it's just for fun, but here where we're walking today, it's an absolute bloodbath. Just over the last weekend, if I'm not mistaken, more than 4 people were shot just in this extension. Yesterday we hear about one gangster that's been sentenced to life in prison, but all his cronies are all around us. In fact, while we're walking, some of them are standing here around us. So there's nothing to brag about at the moment. South Africa is a bloodbath, and this is one of many examples.
So you've been very vocal about the involvement of civil society in making sure that our communities are safe, right? But you could have joined any other political party. Tell us why you decided to join the Democratic Alliance instead.
Well, I think it's firstly important to say that everyone working in the South African Police Service management at the moment, in terms of the police minister and his team, it's basically a pensioners club, so it's not going anywhere fast. But in terms of the Democratic Alliance, I think it's the only party that has the logistical and administrative depth to really get the job done. Everyone else that talks, you look at the let's say the Biza party, that's all they do is Biza. In fact, they bribe with the gangsters. Just a week or two ago in Malmesbury, they were having bribes with all the gangsters. It's not going to solve the problem. We need to kick down doors, and it's only the DA and the local governments run by the DA where we are seeing those doors being kicked down. So we want more power over the police, and in combination with civil society, we really can turn things around. It's not that difficult. We just need to get it done. At the moment, I think it's been designed so that the ANC can flourish in their organised crime efforts, and that's why the South African Police Service is in the state that it's in.
Yeah, but then others would argue, how do we know that the DA can get it right? What has the DA done so far to ensure that our communities are safe? And do they have the capacity to turn things around?
Yeah, so firstly, they definitely do have the capacity to turn it around. Just in terms of what's been done, if you look at the Western Cape at the moment, they've got the LEAP initiative, Law Enforcement Advancement Program, and by no means is it perfect. There's a lot of work to still be done, but they've put 1,200 officers in the hotspot areas in and around the city of Cape Town, sometimes deployed to other gang-infested areas too. And it's incredible to see the impact that they've made, the amount of guns they've taken off the streets. But here's the thing, people then say, but why aren't more criminals behind bars? Well, because we have to keep on handing over the criminals and the guns to the South African Police Service, and then it's up to national government, the ANC national government, that then destroys the process again. So, as an example, under the ANC, only 14% of murders are actually solved. So that means 8 out of 10 murders are not solved. That's the reality we live with. So where, with a limited mandate in terms of provincial and local government, where the DA has control, we've seen an impact. But we need to be able to investigate and prosecute these criminals.
So, Ian, you've been very clear that you think Minister Bheki Cele is at the center of the problems we have right now in South Africa. But do you think if President Ramaphosa were to fire the man, the situation would be better?
No, so Cele is obviously one step in the process. We need to replace the entire South African Police Service management. I think more than 80% of them are either corrupt or incompetent, so it's one of the two. I stand to be corrected, but I think after the ANC, the South African Police Service management is the second biggest criminal cartel in the country. And again, I stand to be corrected. Too many a time do I see gangster cops literally just being transferred to other stations instead of being sacked from the South African Police Service, and I can list all the examples. We have a criminal national government at the moment, and the top echelons or top ranks are also denying the good cops on the ground the resources that they deserve and that they so desperately need. So my heart bleeds for them, and we need to fight for the good cops too.
So the Democratic Alliance has tabled a Scorpions 2.0 solution. For those at home who do not know what this is, tell us, what is a Scorpion 2.0 and what will it achieve?
Yeah, it's firstly, when the Scorpions was closed, essentially it basically stopped that great investigative and criminal prosecutorial investigative process that was there previously, that worked so well. The likes of Glynis Breitenbach, the likes of Harry Nell, the list goes on. They did phenomenal work. When they were closed because they were catching out the very people that are meant to govern the country, and that's why they were closed. The Jackie Celebis, the Zumas, etc., are all the names that come up that were being investigated by the Scorpions. They brought the Hawks, and the Hawks up until today is only 50% effective or 50% functioning. The rest is completely dysfunctional. They don't have training, they don't have depth, and they have corrupt leadership.
Ian, just a final shot. We are 13 days away from our make or break election. What is your message to every South African who's watching right now?
Yeah, so to every South African watching right now, we really can turn things around. It starts with you. And if you don't make sure that you form part of the voting process and actively get involved in civil society, we cannot expect for anything to change. The biggest challenge in this country is not the ANC, it's apathy. We can easily overthrow the ANC by getting rid of apathy.